Yo. What? Okay, so the official trailer for Avengers Doomsday just dropped. And honestly, when I saw it, I didn't think it was real. We've seen so many fan made trailers and Marvel leaks. I had to go to Marvel's actual channel and check for myself. I've seen a couple of big moments, but I haven't really stopped to fully process or break down everything in this trailer. So we're going to watch it together, run it back, and talk about all of the stuff that this could mean, especially Robert Jr. Becoming Doctor Doom, because I'm excited about it, but I'm also thinking that Marvel is taking a massive risk. Let's watch this. Here we go. Oh, yeah. This already feels real serious. I've seen these in clips.
Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles and presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle.
Hey, pal.
It's not possible.
Yo. What? That's 4 months, 27 days, 15 hours, 59 minutes, 55 seconds. Initial review. That looks, the scale looks massive. Like, it looks quite just out of this world. So Doom looks awesome. I obviously expected Doom to look great, but you know, the moments that we saw him, very brief, that was crazy. The X-Men, everybody they brought into this. So like we're really getting Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four. We're getting everybody. Who we didn't see though, Spider-Man. That's who we didn't see. But I'm wondering what they're fighting each other for, you know? That's probably like my favorite part of the trailer was like all the heroes fighting, but they're not like teaming up. They're going to war with each other. So it's like, what are they fighting about? And like Thor is obviously like the only remaining Avenger from the core four, and he's like leading the pact. He kind of obviously knows Doom or knows of Doom. Man, it's so strange seeing Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. I just still see Tony Stark Iron Man. You know, as all of us do, I'm sure. And then Steve at the end, like, how is he? How is he back? You know, how is? There's a lot going on in this trailer. There's a lot happening. The heroes fighting each other looks crazy. I mean, I'm not completely sold on everything because I have my questions, I guess. But let's run this back real quick. Let's run the trailer back and watch it again and see. Let's try to do a little breakdown. So we got the Avengers, or we got the X-Men school for gifted youngsters. So off rip, we have the X-Men already. But it's like obviously been some time since the school was a school.
Something's coming.
And then we got Doom. Some sort of explosion, or you know, that could be that. This is like, maybe that's like Phoenix. The Phoenix. Maybe it's Jean. I just thought of that.
Something we may not be able to deter.
I don't know how
This day.
I don't know how I feel about his accent, but I mean, it. He sounds he sounds like the town Genovia. He sounds like a person from Sokovia. He sounds Sokovian. Is he supposed to be Sokovian? It's interesting. It's very interesting. It's giving Sokovian for sure.
Done. We should be faced with an unthinkable
He
decision.
looks great. The Avengers Tower looks amazing.
In my time. You're far stronger than all of us put together.
This shot right here looks great. Like, this is probably visually one of the better Avengers movies that I've seen. Visually structured, like, really well. This shot is awesome. I mean, we got the new Avengers right here. We got the Fantastic Four. Ant-Man, you know, part of the old school Avengers. We got Cap, Thor. I don't know who this is off to the left. I was trying to see who that was. I couldn't really see who that was, but I mean, this shot is great right here. It's got a lot going on.
And they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one.
Dude, hold on. That is such a, like, let's not overlook how good Scott looks, bro. How good that suit looks, bro. That is an amazing shot. And he, as Scott Summers, is peak. And they could have easily, like, cast younger people to just throw in as the X-Men, but they wanted to bring back the not just the nostalgia, but the wow factor. Like, wow, we're getting to see these guys as the X-Men again. They didn't just like reboot it. They were like, let's bring back let's bring back the OGs. Let's show that we actually care about the people. That's a great suit. I mean, that is perfect, accurate. He looks just like X-Men 97, 92, the show. Great, great stuff. Then we got Gambit versus Shang-Chi. Awesome.
Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together.
That's a great shot, too. That looks beautiful. I mean, what they're doing with the CG, they went above and beyond for this one, because some of the CG over the last few years with Marvel has been a little wish-washy. So this looks pretty great for even if it's pre-production, whatever it is, not pre-production, but like, you know. But this looks good. How is the water doing that? Maybe it's just some Wakanda technology. Bucky, the new Hawkman? Falcon. Yes, sir. This is a great shot.
Put aside your petty squabbles.
Mystique, bro. That is crazy.
Presume nothing except this.
The OGs.
If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters.
God, bro. I'm excited to see Scott. I think I'm excited to see the X-Men, but I'm excited to see Scott. And then, like, we haven't even gotten any kind of glimpse of Spider-Man or Wolverine, Deadpool. Like, obviously, these are Sentinels. I don't know what's going on. This is probably the mansion. Maybe there's a flashback.
Mark my words.
That was so reminiscent of him attacking. That was so reminiscent of him attacking Thanos. And like, obviously we know how powerful Thanos was. And he tried, and even with the Infinity Stones, Thanos couldn't stop Thor from breaking through with Stormbreaker. And fuck, caught him. Even Thanos couldn't stop Thor from breaking through with Stormbreaker and getting him in the neck. And we got Doom over here stopping him with 2 fingers. Doing a Goku. Insane, bro.
We're going to need a miracle.
This shot is great.
Hey, pal.
It's not possible.
Cap. I mean, like, what else can you say? You know, what else can you say? It's Captain America. And I was thinking, how are they going to bring back Cap? Obviously, they're in space right now. That looks like they're definitely in space. But how are they going to bring back Captain America in a way that's organic, you know? Obviously, they got to tap into another timeline or something. But, like, that shot is so iconic. And Thor was like, I don't think so. The only way to prove that you're real is to see if you're worthy, to prove that you're the right one, the real one. And he said, hand it over, pal. That is great. I love it. That's a lot to unpack, dude. Infinity Vision. Don't know what that is, but I'm excited for it. 12/18/2026. We got 4 months, 27 days. Holy. I mean, watching this trailer, it's easy to feel like Marvel is finally back. The Avengers are here. The Fantastic Four are here. The original X-Men are back. Thor is at the center of a massive war. Steve Rogers has returned, and the Russo brothers are directing. On paper, Marvel has everything it needs to recreate the exciting Infinity War and Endgame moments. But there's also, some concerns. A giant cast doesn't automatically create a big story or a great story. If Marvel depends on cameos, surprise appearances, nostalgia, Doomsday could easily become a collection of moments instead of one captivating movie. And, seeing everybody together will get people into the theater, but after that initial surprise wears off, the writing has to still make us care. And that brings us to the biggest gamble Marvel has made with this movie, and that's casting Robert Jr. as Doctor Doom. For over a decade, we've known him as Tony Stark. He didn't just play another superhero, he helped build this entire MCU. Kids grew up looking up to Iron Man, and millions of people watched Tony transform from a selfish billionaire into the hero who sacrificed himself to save the universe. That ending meant something. Part of me thinks it could be brilliant. The audience already has an emotional connection to his face. We naturally want to trust him, and Marvel could use that trust against us. Imagine Steve Rogers, Thor, and Peter Parker looking at Doctor Doom and seeing the face of the man they lost. There is so much emotional potential in that idea. But I'm worried that Marvel could tarnish Tony Stark's legacy just for creating shock value. I don't want this version of Doom to be just an evil Tony Stark wearing different armor. Victor Von Doom needs to have his own history, his personality, his motivations, and his presence. Robert Downey Jr. is talented enough to make that distinction. The real question is whether Marvel has the writing to let him. The Avengers Doomsday trailer was the heroes fighting, right? Not simply because, we're finally getting all of them on the screen, but because they're fighting each other. It doesn't feel like a celebration. It feels desperate, confusing, and personal. Every group may be fighting to keep its own universe alive, and there might not be an answer for where everyone wins. That is the kind of impossible conflict an Avengers movie needs. And if Doom is deliberately manipulating this war and forcing heroes to decide which universe survives, then Robert Downey Jr.'s casting becomes more than shock value. Marvel could be turning the face of its greatest hero into the face of its most painful decision. If they execute that correctly, could be incredible. So after watching the trailer and breaking it down, my final reaction is that I'm excited, but cautiously excited. The scale looks incredible. Seeing the Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four collide feels like the kind of massive event Marvel has been building towards for years, like Infinity War and Endgame. The heroes fighting one another is easily my favorite part. It suggests that there's a real conflict underneath these appearances, but this movie will live or die through Doctor Doom. If Robert Downey Jr. gives us a fully realized Victor Von Doom, this could be one of Marvel's boldest and smartest decisions. But if he's only there to make audiences point to the screen and remember Iron Man, then Marvel risks damaging a legacy it spent more than a decade building. Now I want to hear from you. Is Robert Downey Jr. the perfect person to play Doctor Doom, or should Marvel have cast someone else completely new? Drop your answer and your favorite trailer moment in the comments. Subscribe if you want more trailer breakdowns and honest reviews, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
We ain't just a team, not just B but an A. Same pain, same grind, put the trust in the pay. BDB family, yeah, we ride.